probably the portaging is the next thing, is try to figure out what's everybody going to do when they get out.
We've been slowly trying to introduce that as well. Like, we got out a couple times, tried to go up to the boat launch and like bring it in there fast, and everyone hop out systematically.
Good. And of course, Dan told you that one of the pitfalls, you know, you got to get out of the boat evenly, or else if all the guys in the front get out, you do a wheelie and then the stern sinks. So you got to figure out what are you going to. So he has two portages, right? Straight in and then to the side. I guess probably the best thing to do is try to just go to the side so you can all jump out on the same side if you can. But sometimes you can't. There's a couple you can't. It's really hard to do depending on how much they clear out the entrance.
On the very first one. Right. Look at the map.
Did you use a GPS last year?
Yeah.
Do you still have one, or?
Yeah. So,
yeah. Do you have the map in it or the track?
I'm pretty sure.
Well, mainly, I know you have a map.
We have the track, like the GPS sat, and we have the track.
So it recorded. Yeah. So that's going to be helpful.
I think it was yours. It was your map.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I remember I gave you one. It's not like you're gonna see people to follow. I mean, there's 250 teams, so there's.
Unless you're in first.
Unless you're in first, and which you may be. So you got to be prepared for everything, right? Now, I was looking at that baler. Actually, I was here yesterday, and it was raining, so I popped it open. The baler seems to be working, but did you try it yet?
Yeah, we've had it open when we were going pretty good yesterday, and Oliver popped it open and it started sucking out.
Okay, so you just pull back, and that's like, go ahead and pull it back now. Yeah,
push it down.
Just like that. Yeah. Exactly. So that's. You might want to look down once in a while, make sure there's no leaves or sticks jammed in there. Sometimes, I mean, it feels like it's working pretty good, but Vaseline, A&D ointment, or some kind of lubrication would be good on that too. Your camera's got a little bit of a list, so you might want to.
I know.
Did you turn it on? Is it?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, you guys have any questions? Anything? So, yeah. Like I said, I would just keep working on your switching. And I noticed that, like, Dan and I were behind you trying to catch up. You guys didn't lose much speed when you were switching. No, I mean, I was kind of, okay, they're switching, let's try to get a wave. It's like, you guys didn't lose hardly any speed at all, so that was great. And even when you're, like, ruddering to steer, these guys kept the boats moving. It didn't really hurt. So I'm just saying, don't be afraid to drag your paddle. Sometimes you can't avoid it sometimes. Especially when you got waves hitting from the side, you got to do it. So you're getting better at anticipating the.
A little bit. Yeah. I still have like my pitfalls where.
Yeah.
The
wind or waves. As far as where the water's going, does the boat seem kind of level, or?
Yeah, it feels good.
I mean, it seems
pretty easy to see.
Really good.
Hey, you guys want to brace the boat while I fix this camera?
I didn't check the views. Our videos go viral yet on YouTube? No? We'll have to stage something exciting.
You gotta cut it just as it fails.
We could do that, yeah. No wonder we were going so slow, Dan. I'm dragging my life jacket strap. Now we'll have a chance at this.
Alright.
Ready to. Going up or down?
Going up.
Right.
You drifted pretty quick.
Yeah, that's why Dan and I were trying to sneak up along the shore to get up alongside. Cut. 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 Okay, so I'm going to get your names down. We got Dan and Neil, right? The number 3 is Colin, Evan, Serge, Oliver, and Wyatt. Okay. Well, Dan, so we got Dan, Neil, Colin, right? Dan, Neil, Colin, Evan, Serge, Oliver, and Wyatt. I got it. Cut.
Okay, guys, we're gonna try and switch. Ready, switch.
Turning around here, look.
Alright, you guys want to hold on to you? Grab some water. I don't know how much water.
Now you guys figured out you'll be taking a spare, probably underneath Wyatt's seat somewhere, or maybe, I think that's usually where we keep the spare.
We got one.
Oh, you got one now?
Yep.
Okay, good. That's kind of important. So, you know, you're... Now, the first day, you're... How many pits, like, you know, your support crew, how many normally get the first day? Just one, do you think, or?
We get that long one, don't we?
Right.
I don't think we have.
To the campground, right?
Yep. After that, I don't know.
I think there's 2 times that at stage 3 there's none, right?
Hey Jeff.
There's definitely 2.
Yeah.
So when you guys were going through Brown's Track, how did you guys steer that thing?
Well, I was watching you guys go around the buoy turn. What's going to happen is Neil's probably going to have to work with Dan,
To pull it?
and you're going to want to. They're probably going to want to just kind of put their paddles in it. Like, say, if you want to go right, you kind of want to point your paddles to the right and just kind of hold it as best you can. And maybe do this a little bit, you know, this and hold it. That's called a kind of a draw stroke or rudder from the bow. And then Oliver, like I say, we're making a right turn. Wyatt's going to want to paddle on the left. Maybe Oliver paddle on the left, and probably only Evan and maybe Colin are the only ones that really paddle on the right. So if you want to go to the right, almost everybody should be on the left, except, you know, Dan and Neil to be kind of pulling the bow. So that you're going to want to see, a rudder doesn't work unless the boat's under motion. So you need some forward motion.
So Serge is probably going to be the only one still on the right side.
Yeah, he's the only one that needs a paddle, right? He's between you and him. You know, the rest of the guys are just making the team look balanced, right? No, just kidding. Just kidding. But no, but that's probably important because surges probably make sense for the most powerful people to keep paddling, and ones that aren't as strong doing the rudder, right? So it just so happens that, I mean, we got Serge and you know, ready to do the paddling, because you should, even though you're probably going to be either ruddering or paddling on that side. But see, Brown's Track, as you know, it's almost like a 180,
Yeah.
360 even, or whatever. What would you call it? 180.
So can I just
Yeah.
rake it under the boat?
Yeah,
Or would you rather rudder? What would work better? Probably rudder.
Well, it depends on how tight the turn is.
Okay. So if it's a tighter turn, probably rake it, pull towards.
Well, a tighter turn, you're gonna have to go like this and pull the stern to the left as everybody else is trying to pull. So you're trying to like pivot the boat, right? So you're gonna have to.
So how fast did you guys get through that? Was it a slow, tedious thing for you guys?
Yeah, there were times where you weren't moving very well at all.
Beached ourselves last
Yeah, we beached
year.
ourselves last year.
Yeah.
Like there was a point where
We
I
actually
think-
lifted up the boat with our paddles on land.
like
I
we
think we
there was like
scored.
brush with some little bit of water over it,
Yeah.
and we just went flying into that
Yeah.
and stuck. And then Jay was like suggesting to get out, and then we all just started paddling
Yeah.
and like moved the boat over there.
Well, there's actually beaver dams. That wasn't the beaver
Yeah, we
dam.
went up. We went up one,
You went up?
like up the beaver dam.
Oh, yeah?
The water was flowing.
Oh, that was probably. Yeah, I forget what stream that is, but Brown's Track is usually a beaver dam somewhere where you just look for the opening and shoot through.
That was like the last beaver dam we saw on Brown's Track. We had to go up it. It was like the final challenge.
Oh yeah. Interesting. Okay, but
That might not have been Brown's Track.
No?
No, there's another sort of the inlet to Marion River.
yeah, Marion River, and it's not much of a river. It ends up being just a small trickle by the time you get up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you know, we could.
I've only tried to
It's all about how tight can you make that buoy turn, really, right? And obviously, you tried to turn pretty tight there, but Brown's Track is tighter than that.
Yeah.
So it's almost better than to almost come to a stop, right, and pivot than it is to, of course, ground yourself, and that could possibly. That's why Dan can only do so much by himself.
Yeah.
That's why Neil's going to have to like when you like Neil. Probably the best thing to do, whatever Dan's doing, you do. Whatever when you're turning. So whatever you see Dan do, is if he's going like this, you do the same thing. Just duplicate whatever he's doing to help the boat around. And like I said, 3 guys in the middle. Pretty much, you just got to keep the forward momentum going. And Colin could probably do the same thing. Paddle on the same. If you see they're struggling, do the same thing. Just try to pull the boat over. And so Colin's kind of in the middle. He can't really help steer except propel the boat. And same thing with Serge. You're kind of, there's not much they can do to make the boat pivot, right? So they're better off just keeping the boat moving.
We'll work on
And then everybody else can like try to get the boat to pivot around into the center. The other thing you can do, which is kind of sketchy, is lean the boat. But I don't know if I'd recommend doing too much of that. But the boat's going to naturally lean.
Look at you guys. We can't lean it. No. There's
So that's what we do in the canoe. What we do is do everything we were saying, but then we also lean the boat so the water's almost coming over the gunnel. That's how much we lean it. But we're used to, kind of bracing and paddling. So
Yeah, we were watching that video. Way out here.
He's literally in the middle of the canoe. And he paddles that way.
yeah.
Like he's like, he can finesse anything.
Yeah, I've seen those guys. They're amazing. Well, there you go. Just do that.
Yeah, well, step
There's one guy. See one, do one, teach one.
I don't think there's a rule against a rudder. Why don't we can always rig a little foot-activated rudder in the back?
That'd be pretty sweet.
But yeah, I'd say maybe just work on it when you're out here. Pick one of these buoys and try to get as tight as you can, even if you have to go really slow.
So Dan, what we'll do is we'll paddle as hard as we can into the turn, and then you'll rip the anchor in the front.
And as soon as the tail comes around, then I draw the anchor?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. Another thing that works really well is to go really super bow heavy. So like if Serge jumps up into Dan's lap, so you're almost out of the water, boy, it'll fishtail right around like nothing.
Maybe we should do that, because there's that portage.
Get on my shoulder next time.
There's that portage right going into Brown Strat.
Yeah.
The end of the portage.
But that's sometimes what we do, like in a one-man boat. It's a tight turn. I'll slide up really forward. I mean, it's kind of tippy, but it'll help the stern just slide. The stern will just slide. So, but I don't know if you have much. I mean, you don't have much control besides someone jumping up on Dan's shoulder to transfer the weight to the front. So there's different things you can do, but you might want to work on just maybe a slight lean, because the arc of the boat. The more that arc of the boat you get into the wave, it creates that curvature. It's going to help you turn. But I don't think we lean that much in the war canoe.
I mean, we leaned a little bit, but
yeah, I wouldn't do too much. I don't remember leaning that much. We mainly just
Better weight distribution, less weight.
right.
And the Neil was helping up here. We did not have any of that. It was almost. Avery wasn't. We didn't have.
yeah.
Yeah, that was too hard. You still have arms in your sockets. That's really a hard.
Weight.
Yeah, it might be night and day just
It's
because.
340 in the back. That stern wasn't just coming around.
Yeah, that's true.
It just wasn't coming around.
Yeah. With level, yeah, you guys, yeah, you'd be surprised. You may not be, and it's going to be shallower. It's different in shallow water than deep water. You're going to be, the boat's going to maneuver differently. You may find that it's not as hard as you thought it was. But I bet that's what you were fighting. There's so much boat in the water, and it's just hard to get it turned. So.
I think we're gonna hop out of the water and do dinner here.
Okay. That's good.
And we can help fix the boat with you.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. I've got some stuff. We'll look at those handles, see if it's gonna work. So where's the rainbow? Should be around here somewhere.
6:00. It's 6:10.
Oh, no.
When we hop in?
What time we get out on the water?
We got a long one to